I'm Crescent, and welcome to our first field trip for the garden. Today we're at Home Depot. We're going to be buying some supplies for a few little garden beds that I'm going to build today. So let's mask up and get in and get our supplies. Okay, I'm getting 4 2x10 by 8 foot boards. And you're gonna wanna make sure that they're not warped and they lay flat and that there's not, big chunks out of them. You're going to use coated screws like you would use for a deck so they will not rust. I even found some seeds and a pick. I gotta get out of this store right now before I spend more money. Let's go check out. Okay, I made it home. I'm just gonna change my clothes real quick so I can get started on building the beds. We're ready to make our cuts. I've already determined in my yard where I'm going to place this bed. I've done my measurements. So all that's left to do is to cut my boards. But before we do that, I want to talk to you about first some safety measures. You're going to need goggles when you work with power tools. It's a good idea to wear goggles. You're going to need a measuring tape, a triangle, and a pencil, and sawhorses or something to hold your wood, and a saw. And make sure you know how to use this saw. Okay, I have all my boards cut, and now it's time to assemble. So remember your safety goggles. Safety first. And it's a good idea to have somebody help you do this part because you want to make sure before you're drilling any holes that your boards are flush. Now with this, thank you so much, Joshua. It's all finished and it's just ready to be filled with dirt now. I hope you guys enjoyed the field trip today. It was a lot of fun. Now I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. During each episode, I guess you would say, of this series, I'm going to share a little bit about my anxiety, depression, PTSD, or cancer journey with you. I have decided to tell you about a time in my life that was really hard for me. I had severe depression and anxiety. I had just given birth to my twins. Everything was wonderful. It was beautiful. I have a beautiful family, 4 kids, wonderful husband. And I went to bed, woke up the next morning. I was not myself. Things were not right. I called my mom, who lives in Arizona, and I said, come and get me. This isn't my life. I don't want to be here. I don't belong. And she was confused and said, you need to call Mark. My doctor, who is amazing, who's still my doctor, said, Crescent, you're going through postpartum depression. And I said, no, I'm not. And he said, if you trust me, I promise you that you will want to stay in your home and that you will love these babies. I looked at him and I looked at my husband and I said, okay. And he prescribed some medication for me, two kinds. A kind most commonly taken for anxiety and depression. It's kind of long term, so it takes a little bit, like a month or sometimes 6 weeks to get into your system for it to start working. He gave me that, and then he also gave me fast acting medicine. And I went home and I took it, and the next morning I woke up and I was normal. And I had so much shame. I thought, how on earth could I have thought that I didn't love these babies and that I didn't belong here? And I know it wasn't me. I know that something in this brain of mine doesn't always work. That the chemicals that you have in your brain can vary from time to time. And that's what happened to me. Ever since then, I have taken my medication. Now, I won't say that I've never had depression or anxiety ever since. Every winter, I get depressed. I stay in my house. I live in Utah in a desert surrounded by mountains, and the pollution gets trapped, and we have what's called an inversion, where the sun doesn't shine and it's just gray. And I just stay in the house, and I've stayed in bed many, many weeks during the winter. I have found over the years that it helps me if I have projects to work on, especially during the months of January and February. The snow tends to stick around longer. The ground is all frozen, it's cold, the inversion. So I work on the inside of my house during that time with different projects, like if I want to paint a bathroom or do crafting or whatever it is I want to decide I'm going to work on. If I'm busy, then I don't fall in the trap so much of staying in my bed. Spring, summer, and fall, I work outside. Gardening is my saving grace. I love the sun. I love to be outside. It is just the best. Looking back at that postpartum depression and the choice I made to take medication and trusting the doctor and my husband probably changed my life. I don't even want to think how different my life could be now had I not taken the medicine. I'm grateful for the life that I have. I'm grateful for my children. I'm grateful for an amazing husband who loves me so much. I'm just happy, and I want others to be happy. And I feel like me sharing this with you kind of lifts a little bit of the stigmatism of hiding mental health issues. Sharing my stories with you can help people. It can help people who are suffering, and it can help people understand their loved ones who suffer from different mental issues. That's my hope anyway. Till next time, my friends, get your hands dirty. Look how dirty my hands are from building that bed. Get your hands dirty. Plant love, grow hope, and harvest peace.